We are here with
Wasim.
and
Sam.
the first question: why are you guys dressed like this?
We both have job interviews.
You have job
I'm
interviews.
going to a
Okay.
funeral. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, so you have a job interview. Okay, cool. Where is it, like Chipotle or some shit, or what is it?
Yeah, exactly. Chipotle.
Okay, solid. Over here, George Mason, we have a Chipotle. Now, our question of the night is: what is your biggest insecurity?
My penis.
All right, and what is your biggest insecurity?
I was gonna say my penis too, but since you already said it, I'm gonna say my ass.
Do you all share the same one? Is that the reasoning behind that, or like some sort of weird ambidextrous system you have going on down here, or what is it?
I mean,
All right, odd answer, but we'll take it. Last question: do you think that every time someone goes on like when a girl and a guy goes on a date, should one person always pay? Should it always be the man?
so that's a good question. So real talk. See, as a male, I don't have any problem paying, but I do think it's a little odd when a woman expects you to pay. I don't mind paying, but if she comes in with the intention and the sole purpose of you paying, I think it's a little bit fucked up.
All right. And then for you,
I mean, chivalry is like all good, but
look at the camera when you speak.
chivalry is all good and all. But I believe that I think I agree with my friend right here, because I mean, if there's a sort of this expectation when you're walking into a certain date, I mean, that's just kind of like messed up, you know. You should be able to take like whatever you buy for, you know.
So if she's not dishing it out, you're not cashing out.
Quite specific.
Is that what you're saying? All right, amazing. All right, well, good luck to you on your job interview. Good luck with you and your amazingly tiny penis.
Yes, sir.
And have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, we are here with.
Jario.
All right, now, Jario, the question is: should a man always pay for the first date?
I would say yeah. I mean, I haven't been on a first date that I paid for.
Period. But also, what's your reasoning behind that?
Well, okay, I'll say this. It depends on who asked who out. If you're a
Right.
girl and you approached him, then maybe you should pay for it. But if he
Right.
approached you, then I definitely expect you to pay for it.
So it's whoever asked to have the event should be the one to provide for the event, right? Like if I were to ask you to go somewhere, you think I would pay for it, is what you're saying.
Right.
Period. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Last question. What do you think is your biggest insecurity?
For me, it's always been being so skinny.
Really?
Yeah. But
All right. Well,
I've got a goal weight and I'm working on it, so yeah.
hell yeah, you are. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for those fantastic answers. Have a great rest of your night.
too.
We are here with
Jovita.
Javita. Love that name. Now, our question of the night is, should a man always pay for the first date?
Yes.
Reasoning behind that.
Well, if you live in your femininity and I think it depends on the type of man that it is. If he's a traditional man and he expects to be with a traditional woman, he should expect to pay for the first date. Now, after that, if you're inviting him out, you might be able to do a little something on the side. But yeah, other than that, I
So
think
it should explicitly, especially we've heard a solid answer was if a man asks you out, he should be, like covering it, right? Or if you were to ask a man out, you would be the one to cover for that, I would assume, right? Or not.
I don't ask men out.
Well, there you go. We're not from this area, so that's why we get ambivalent kind of. We're from Florida, so we get a lot of odd answers. Now, last question. What do you think is your biggest insecurity?
That's a hard question. It is. It's a very good question. I think giving too much. I will say sometimes like when you don't have to be committed to a person to overextend yourself and give more than you're receiving, and that tends to as you're giving and giving, you get insecure about what you're receiving from the other person, and if they're not giving back, you end up losing out on whatever your relationship is going, even if you don't have a relationship.
Right. It doesn't feel equitable.
Yes, it's not equitable.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's a perfect answer. Thank you so much for being a part of this. All right. You guys have a good one. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with
Alana.
Alana. All right, question of the night. What is your biggest insecurity?
Insecurity. Probably not using my time the best I can.
So, procrastinating.
No, not procrastinating, but like making sure I can fulfill everything I want to do. Overloading myself.
I totally understand that. All right, next question. Should a guy pay on the first date?
I would split it 50-50 if I was the guy.
Really?
Yeah.
And let's say the guy doesn't pay. Would that make you feel weird?
If he didn't pay for himself, but not if he didn't. If he wanted me to pay for myself, no.
But what if he wanted to? What if he wanted you to pay for everything? Would that make you feel weird?
If I'm a broke college student, yeah, which I am. So.
I can relate. All right, last question. What is one thing you hate that guys do?
Always ask first, consent. Cause I tell like my guy friends, I'm like, consent is sexy. Like, you know, if you find out she didn't really care if you asked, then there's no harm done. But there is harm done if you don't ask first.
I love that answer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with
Dania.
Dania.
Ashley.
Ashley. All right, question of the night. Should a guy pay on the first date?
If he asks you to go out, then yeah.
And if he doesn't?
Well, then I think it can go half and half. Like if y'all both agree, then yeah, y'all can both bring your own money.
And what if he doesn't pay? Would that make you feel some type of way?
Well, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think if a guy does offer to pay, I'm going to be like, oh, he's a gentleman. Like, that's really cool. But I think half and half is also really cool, too. Like, if the girl pays also, that's cool. But I feel like just because it's pretty common for guys to pay on the first date, I feel like most girls feel that way where it's like, oh, he didn't pay. That's not a deal breaker, but it is kind of like a little bit of a red flag. So, yeah.
I feel. Yeah, because I typically always pay on the first date.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, next question. What is your biggest insecurity?
Oh, you go
Okay.
Don't be shy with it.
Okay. Let me see. My smile. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, what about you?
Probably my forehead. I got a big forehead.
No, you don't.
Oh well, thanks guys, but it's still a little bit.
You look gorgeous.
Oh.
Yeah, you gorgeous.
I'm being honest.
Go ahead.
We are here with
Georgia.
and
Landon.
and now our question of the day is: what is one thing you hate that guys do?
Like when they're with their friends and they're like yelling, try to see who can yell the loudest.
What men do? What? Okay, I've never heard of men doing that, but clearly Georgia has had bad experiences. Okay, for you.
That's so hard. Maybe when they try to like brag about something, but like they really don't know what they're talking about. You know, like sports, and then yeah.
That's one I actually agree with. Last question: what is your biggest thing? What's your biggest pet peeve about like really anybody, not men or women, just like pet peeve? You hate people do this. What is it? What drives you nuts? You know, like what is it?
I don't know. I would say when people. I would
Maybe
say
it's chewing gum.
like not when people like not try hard people, but like when people try too hard in like regular things, like try too hard to like make friends or like I don't know, they're just over the top with everything.
Okay, and then for you?
When people pop their gum, I hate that.
My mom does that, and I hate it. So honestly, I agree. That was absolutely awesome. Thank you guys for the answers. Absolutely. All right, we are here with.
Kalea.
And did you also want to be in? Yeah, and we are also here with.
Erica.
All right, now the question is: should a man pay on the first date?
Oh, I believe whoever asked the other person out on the date, they should pay.
Okay, fair answer. And then for you?
I don't think it matters. I think the girl should like offer to pay too.
Every time.
Yeah.
Like as like a general 50-50. She gave you a look. I don't know if she agrees with that one, but I mean.
Okay, I will offer, but the guy should say, "I'll pay for it."
Oh, like as a gesture,
Yes,
really?
yeah.
Okay, we can work with that. Now, last question. Biggest insecurity?
My own?
No, the thing that you think people are most insecure about. What do you think that people just hate to think about? Like for me, example, it's like social experiments. It's like being able to talk to people. The whole point of this, no, I'm serious. The point of this class is to kind of show people you can boost confidence by having questions, right? Or by having that dynamic. That's my biggest one. What do you think your guys' are?
Ooh, biggest insecurity. It'll probably be being perceived as like mean or like as something that I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll probably be.
So people think you're mean when they normally meet you. Oh.
Well, no, they don't normally.
I was
But
like,
I'm just
damn, I didn't
saying,
think you were mean.
if they do, like if they do, like I would not want to be perceived that way.
Gotcha.
I like to give off good energy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Love that as an answer. And then for you?
Insecurity, you said? Kind of like how you seem to other people, like the way you come off, you can never really like know. Like you may like think you come off as one way to somebody, and then like it's like completely different from what you think.
Just like your perception.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like how people perceive you, right? Yeah. Well, there you guys have it. We have our great, fantastic answers over here at Georgia-based University. Thank you all. Perfect. All right. We are here with.
Charlotte.
We're here with Charlotte at George Mason, and the first one we'll start it with, what's your biggest insecurity?
I don't have any insecurities.
Guys, hear that here first. You got to put like a whoa in like the video. That's amazing. Now, the hard question: when you go on a date with somebody, right? Should the guy pay every time?
No.
Why
Maybe
not?
first date, but not every time.
And what's your reasoning for that?
Both people can pay.
So it's like a 50-50 kind of deal here with Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys heard it here first. Perfect answers. High five. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of it. Appreciate it.